we're good to go.
All right. All right, so 6:17. All right, would you like to resume where you left off?
Sure. Welcome back, everyone. William, thanks for joining us. Good to I can't see you, but I can hear you, so thanks for joining in. We do have a quorum of 5 members now. To catch William up, we proceeded through the agenda through item number 7. We're currently on 8, which is the update on request for proposals on the benches that are at the time frame. I don't have an update on that. Chris, do you possibly have anything to us that should?
I don't have them. Catherine might know, it was Catherine.
Yeah, so I will have a RFP presented to to all of the board members next month. I just need a little bit more time to get it formalized, and then we can move forward on that. And then the time frame. So for the RFP process, I'd be presenting it to you guys. If you guys want to add anything to it, if you want to make any amendments to it, and then I would send it out to the public and then bring it back to y'all for review after I receive those bids. From there, it would then go to town council. My goal is to get this in the works and a project started by February.
Okay.
Is that a 2023 grant?
Yes, so those are the 2 PARD grants, the oldest PARD grants that we have. One of them, the oldest one that we need to spend down, it expires in, I believe,
It's September. I was looking at it.
yeah.
Yeah,
It
okay.
has, all documentation has to be completed back to the state by the end of September.
So that's why I want to move it quickly to get it started.
Okay. In the meantime, if you need anything from us as a board.
No, I have the notes from the last meeting for what the board would like to do, and then also open it up for if we wanted to do like if people want to also additionally like purchase a bench too. I would have that also in the RFP for those kind of purchases and what that would look like. That would be outside of the scope of the grant though. Like in addition to it.
Okay.
That would just be paid for by whoever is purchasing it. Correct?
Yes. Yes.
Anything else to add on item there to the benches? Moving on to 9, approval of the proposed sign for the park. So in your handout, William, I'm sorry, but I know you've seen the sign that was presented before. In my discussion with Ashley, in preparation for the meeting, we just discussed that is the wording of this, not necessarily, we don't have to go with this exact design because we're gonna put this out to a print company that they could alter the design if we want. So I don't focus as much on the aesthetics of the design, but the wording is more we like to add. This is just kind of our first signs to go up. Just around the park and kind of the predominant locations, which right now would be that parking area and the entrance locations. So the only thing I believe we could add, but might be a QR code, but I don't know if we should attach that on the sign because that can change. You know, maybe that's something we put to the side, attach it on a block of wood or something. That QR code could lead you to like further information about the park that isn't included on, you know, the sign. So I'm open to discussion on what y'all think, if we need to modify or if we should press forward with this.
I like this design. I'm fine with it. I think everything is a yes. The only question is, do people understand what pack out trash means?
Okay.
I mean, that's just my own thing. I mean, I do, but I've been a camper, you know, I've
Right.
been in parks before. What do you think, Catherine? Do you think people would understand what that means?
It broke up a little bit for like just putting away your trash or like picking it up. Like,
Where it's one of the items on here, it says pack out trash or use approved bins. I'm just not sure. It, a lot of people that don't camp or visit parks might not know what pack out trash means.
um, I think with the image too, with like the trash, like we could, I think on the signs, there were two images for like packing up your trash and taking it with you or using the approved bins, like the receptacles
Okay.
there. I I personally don't see a problem with it, but I could also see the opposite side where somebody might get a little confused. Um, Instead of pack, we can always say pick up your own trash. Either take it with you or put it in a approved bin, um, which is essentially saying the same thing, but
Right.
just different verbiage.
Yeah, I was gonna pick up on that. I agree with that. Just change the verbiage in it. I think it's pretty cut and dry. Just make it they say keep it simple, stupid. Let's just simplify it, you know?
There was a comment, I believe, from council to possibly remove use of approved bins since we don't have approved bins or a trash pickup there, so that might be confusing. People might be searching for an approved bin over there, so I could scratch that. As well. So, are we good with pack out trash or what? William, it was hard to hear you there, so.
No, I was agreeing with Kat as far as if that is a discrepancy or a concern, just change the language to make it simple. Let's just, instead of saying pack out trash, just remove all trash prior to
Yeah.
leaving, just simplify it.
Got it, thank you.
And just skip the part about the bins for now.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, just take your trash home.
And that comment about, is really a reason behind trying to keep this as simple as possible for now. This isn't, I don't feel a sign that's gonna survive a long-term use of the park, but for right now, I think it gets a few basics out there. On the aesthetics, I'll just mention, with council, with this, one of the other comments was, if welcome to at the top. And then that on Municipal Park is really a logo. But they felt like welcome to, and it leaves you searching, like it's real big at the top. And then it's welcome to what, and it's like very. Yeah,
So do we split the picture with the words?
maybe we can do that.
You know, and that's
Yeah.
something, if somebody that, the graphics people would make that recommendation, but I think if we just split the graphics with the on municipal park.
Yeah, that's a good one. Any other discussion? It was time, do we feel ready to move forward on this?
Yeah, I do, I think so.
Okay,
Motion to move forward?
Second. End of the
any
second.
further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye,
All right.
all right. Motion to move forward with the sign and as operations subcommittee, we'll take that on. Moving forward with that.
One question about that is, do we need to figure out where that money's coming from? Pay for it?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's a great, but for signage.
Yeah, that was grant.
Yeah,
Yeah, so we'll have to use that grant rather than general funds. Yes,
I think so.
yeah.
Yeah, Catherine, any input on that?
Yes, it would be coming out of that most recent part grant for the 9,979 for the signage.
Perfect.
And, and the last thing I'll say on that is a great question. is, this isn't the entrance sign. So that. I would propose we don't use all that 9,000. I hope these signs don't cost near that. But we do need, I think, to get started on, you know, a nicer entrance sign. One of the.
I can start going out for quotes for the signs, and the specific materials and stuff and get like a variety of different costs before we move forward with anything. So then that way you guys can see like the differences between the two, if it's metal, if it's composite, if it's shiny, not shiny, that kind of stuff. I can give you guys a wide variety of different signs because signs can get pretty pricey depending on the materials that you use.
Weatherproof and fade resistant.
Okay, moving on to item 10. Discussion of the park board, or sorry, the park foundation board budget and the consideration of delegation of funds from the finance subcommittee. So Chris, I know I really appreciate you, acknowledging.
Yeah,
You've done, and it's great just to have some numbers like visible to me that I can read and see that we do have money, which is wonderful, so, yeah.
I want to just summarize that real quick. So the way I see this is we've got, Catherine, I think you and I agree on this, there's about there's 60,000 in this year's budget. We're gonna spend about 25,000 on the gates. If we're gonna use the signage grant for this sign and other signs, then we've got 35 left to put into the park this year. That's kind of it in a nutshell. So between now and the end of the year, we have to figure out if we're gonna use the budget completely and improve the park. We could do projects worth about 35,000. So I see this.
That's great, I just think we get that done. We will pay the end of the year.
Well, we would have to, I mean, I don't know exactly how we'd have to do it, but we'd have to agree on what the projects will be, and then we have to. Go to council and get them approved.
Okay. And when you say the end of the year, we're talking June 26, right?
June 26.
Okay, so I think
I think it's doable.
I'll just put it in perspective though, because it didn't go as quick as I thought it would for parking lot and. It did, right?
Yeah,
So
now we're going back.
that is something I think all of us, when we're meeting in our committees, we consider because. We do have to get that in front of council, at least for this first project, 2 times, right? Kind of initial, where they provide some guidance as where we are, and then a second where we're actually requesting the funding, the approval for funding.
And this would go under the park operation, right? It would be. Yeah, can't actually you, so I guess we'd be looking for y'all. Come up with a proposal.
I think if we can get one thing, just the first one for this town, on the phone. Yeah, I think we'll figure out, who we communicate with and where there might be any resistance, and then at that point, it should be an easier piece. But getting that first one, but has proved to be difficult.
Yeah, I totally agree, and it's just valuable that if we're gonna learn this process as we go. And council too, the way the ordinance is written, it's not a fast process, which can be good, there's a lot, some checks and balances, but we have some money. But
We didn't know that.
don't have the authority.
Yeah, we didn't know we had that money till, a month ago, so we just kind of figured all this out.
I think there are things that people want, the community wants to park them. I mean, they read about it, they heard about it, and they want to go. So I think we need to do it.
Anything else?
No, I mean, I think that's what we have to work with.
Okay. William, I don't want to cut you out from online, or Catherine, any comments from you all in virtual world?
And then also point of information, Chair, Ms. Sandra Freeman has also rejoined
Okay.
the meeting.
Welcome back, Sandra.
Welcome.
Okay.
I have no. I'm
Yeah,
just kind of
I'm
tuning
here.
in right now. I have no additional comments at the moment. I'm just no. I mean, it sounds like we're on the right track.
Okay, moving forward to number 11. We have on here, the adoption of a mission statement. This is something that has been lingering out there for a while. Did you do one? I did do one. It's in, your packet here, so. It was a while back and really William brought this up, I think. Our first meeting was, having a vision and mission statement and how important that is. Um. If you, if you just look back, I know we labeled it workshop because we were trying to meet in that offsite location and do that type of workshop event, which didn't really, but, weren't able to get that on the schedule, but at the very bottom, I do have an example mission statement. And in that vision statement on the last page. So I'll just give you a second to review that. William, I don't know if you're online or have the ability to see that. The example mission and vision statement, you might have seen it in previous meetings, but. I'll just read the mission statement here, maybe Chris, you can read the mission statement. If you could read it. So the mission. Basically, the mission is like, hey, what's your primary reason for the park's existence? Right, so that's us as a board stating to the community. What's the primary reason, the aim of the park, why do we do this, right? So Honda Municipal Park exists to connect the community with nature, to produce sustainable recreation, education, and preservation. We need to protect our ecosystem while providing an inclusive space for exploration, learning, and well-being. So that's, this is just something I threw out there. It's definitely open to. And then the vision is on the back page of that.
You want me to read this?
Yeah, sure.
Our vision is to create a vibrant, accessible, and sustainable community park. Serves as a hub for recreation, connection, and inspiration. Through thoughtful design and inclusive programming, the London Municipal Park will enhance the quality of life for all, preserving natural beauty while fostering a sense of belonging and joy.
So. And that's pretty long, in my opinion, and I don't even know I put that down. So this is something I know Ashley would encourage us as the chair to move forward on. I'm okay doing that tonight, but if we think we need more representation present.
I actually read them this afternoon and did a little online research myself, and I think these are very appropriate for what we're doing. And, the vision statement can change after we get it open and start using it, and in a year or two, that vision may change, but, it could be an evolving situation, so. I like both of these. Do they have to go to council for approval?
No, not that I don't think that. Catherine, can you?
No, that would not need to go back to council for approval. I think I heard Takia also chime in too more quickly than I did, but she is correct. It would not need to go back to council.
I'm fine with this. So moving forward.
Any other
I like straightforward. Simple stuff. It's
Plain and simple.
getting too elaborate.
I'm not opposed to it either. I think it sounds great. I think we should make a final decision at the next meeting since it's only 2 weeks away to finalize, so everyone can probably be in the same space. I'm sure everyone would say yes, but that's just kind of my 2 cents on that.
I don't have any thoughts. I'm fine with it like it is.
Okay.
We wanna go. We wanna. It's fine. Or like people,
Yeah. I'm fine with moving forward.
Hey, we've already reviewed this with Ashley. Did everybody get it in an email?
They're about to chime in.
Well,
The
can.
Yeah, I mean, I received an email, but I'm just saying, like, we can't speak for everyone else, and not, like I said, not saying, just going by how things should be ran, in my personal opinion. If everyone isn't there or able to see or speak for themselves, that's all I'm saying. So, like I said, it sounds like a great mission statement and vision. Not opposed to it, but like I said, I just want everybody to be in agreement. So maybe even we can send out a mass email with it saying, "Hey, do we agree on this?" I'm not sure if we can do something like that, Kat, to get it moving. But just for the sake of fairness, and people can speak for themselves. That's just my 2 cents. That's all.
unfortunately, we won't be able to approve it via email. It would have to be at the meeting. But I could always send it out to each individual, like send it out as a blast email for informational purposes only. Um, I unfortunately I was looking through mine to see if I could pull it up, but I didn't see where I had received it to send it out.
It's
In the agenda.
it's in the agenda. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoops, I'm sorry, guys.
What's the question? It was on the last page of the agenda.
She was looking for it. I found it now.
Well, do we have a motion to move forward with it, or do we want to push it off? It's been, you know, the way going.
Move forward.
I'm the finance committee. I'm not an expert in this, but I'd be happy to make a motion to go forward because I don't want to see this. I keep delaying things.
Second that. I think getting some things done is really.
Yeah.
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 I can always modify as we get downstream.
We want to make changes later. Yeah. Do that.
Okay. So that was the second? Yes. Second from Mr. Daniels. Okay. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Is any opposed?
Mr. Austin and Ms. Freeman, would you guys like to vote?
Thought I did. Aye.
I just abstain.
Okay. The motion passes for the vision and mission statement as presented. Subcommittee review actions, so I know. I think that was last meeting, we made the mistake with William. I think we have you, I think that we left you off the events and community engagement, was that right, William, or?
Yes, sir. That's correct. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think we corrected the minutes to ensure you're on there. So for Andrea Frazier, who's new to the board, she's expressed interest in fundraising grants and legacy and cultural affairs. Is there any others at this time you interested in?
No, those two looked like they were a little light on people, that's, and I think I had something to offer.
I think. Yes, if you. I'm gonna let you, she could go with us, so I'm a little bit happy on. So I'll make the motion to appoint. Ms. Frazier to the fundraising and grants and legacy and cultural affairs. So second,
Second,
that
that motion.
discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Uh, I just want everyone to feel just because I don't want us to look, obviously we are signed with what we are signed with as far as our subcommittees, but if you have an idea, whether it be for finance, if you have a great idea, still share that idea, obviously. So I don't necessarily want us to look too far and to say, hey, I'm just events and so and so. If you have an idea about anything that correlates to what the plan is, what the mission is, and let's don't hold back. Long story short.
Thank you. 12B here is an appointment of the chair for the events and community engagement subcommittee. I think that was one that was just admitted in the when we were running through all these. So we now have Sandra Freeman Williams is on there, as Andrea. So would anyone like speak up if you would like to chair that, or we'll just make a nomination for someone to lead that committee?
I don't know William.
Say what?
Nobody wants to leave.
Okay,
I think that there was a nomination on the floor. If was there a nomination for Mr. Alston? Pepper Alston?
I didn't have that in the notes, but William, were you interested in?
I'm gonna respectfully decline due to my job, and as much as I travel now, I'm gonna be on the road a whole lot. So I'm gonna have to respectfully decline that nomination.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Barring that, we'll talk with Sandra and, we'll see. We can leave that one open for now. With that, kind of brings us up to number 13, public comments. Please, thank you for being here. Our two in the public, I don't think we have anyone online, right?
No, sir.
So, yeah. We don't need another.
No, we do. Okay, in Hickory 8470 Door Road, and, I'm really encouraged by what I've seen and heard tonight. I walk Laurel Hill Park and have for years and years and years in Mount Pleasant. Before it was part of Charleston County Parks. And in the last couple of years, the last year probably, Mount Pleasant has actually had to put ordinances in place regarding electric bikes. And I'm just going to suggest, and I hate to make a list of rules, don't do this, don't do that. But I think we need to be a little bit proactive with the hike and bike only on approved trails. And make a mention of electric bikes and four-wheelers. Before the problem starts.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a really good comment. Mount Pleasant has that issue in general with. They're electric motorcycles, basically.
There tends to know kids.
They're like 45 mph. Motorcycles with. Are classified as bikes because they have, but no, it's fine.
No, and they have been problematic in the park, but there is no enforcement, but I just think it's worth. Making a note that it's, making it public, it's
Yeah.
Not approved, they're not approved vehicles.
Okay,
Thank you.
thanks. All right. Thanks again for coming. Board members' comments, 14. None. Anyone, Sandra or William, any board member comments?
No, sir, I'm all set.
Ms. Freeman, did you have anything to say?
You guys are not hearing me. I'm sorry. Yes, I don't have anything else to add.
Okay.
I don't believe I do, I guess, the next scheduled meeting, Catherine, you know that, I don't have my computer open, but are we back to normal schedule for next month?
Yes. So the next scheduled meeting of the park board is December 9th at 6 o'clock.
December 9th, okay.
Because that's the second Tuesday.
Yep. So take note of that and, yeah, with that, I would just encourage, I know I'm, guilty of this as well. Because Ken's on my subcommittee, we haven't talked since the last meeting. I've talked with Ashley, but, so if you're on a committee, a subcommittee, we're not gonna open this park, I don't believe we'll meet here, once a month, right? It's gonna require the subcommittees to meet and bring forward action items to this form that we then take forward to council. So, I'm turning the mirror on myself. I'm as guilty of it as any. But, we're not gonna get the work done if we rely on the. So I just encourage, I know it's a goal of mine. If we have a couple action items here for our committee or some maybe to do so. I just encourage you to meet. At least over the phone or something and talk through, some of your priorities and what we need with that, if it's what, 30. Over that, 36, 35,000, 35.
Yeah,
That we have out there.
and I think if your committee came up with some ideas for that by this next meeting,
Yeah,
we could all talk about it and improve it. So we'll go to when's the council meeting?
It's the first Thursday.
first thing.
So that's 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So that would have to go.
Yeah. And that's another point too, we might know when that is, but we always felt like we did it after now, like we either do it before or after, but now that we're out, we had a month, maybe we're gonna prepare for the council. Yeah. So,
And just to make a note too, for the January town council meeting, it won't be on the 1st because the 1st will be a holiday. Because that first Thursday happens to be January 1st, so it looks like it's gonna be January 8th, unless the town council tells me otherwise, like if they move it to a Tuesday. Because I think last January they had it on like the 13th. No, not the 13th. They had it on a different date.
On a Monday.
It was like on a Tuesday rather than a Thursday, so it just depends on what they decide.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Any final? Motion to adjourn,
I so move.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much.
All right, y'all have a good evening.
You have a good evening, and everybody have a happy Thanksgiving and stay well out there.
Thank you, ma'am.